Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus has just completed its run of 10 episodes, first season. It did really well. The reviews are really great. The audience scores are really great. People are loving it. And it is obsessed, I think, with the Tom Holland version of the MCU Spider-Man because it references it constantly, but with little twists. So we still have him working with Doctor Strange in the cartoon, just like he did in No Way Home. We've got Harry essentially repurposed as Ned, who is going to become his new guy in the chair. There's even actually a reference, which I was really surprised by, to Web, which is engineering, I don't remember what it stands for, Worldwide Engineering Network or something, I don't know. Anyway, it's in Disney World. Like if you've been to the Spider-Man ride at Disneyland in California in Avengers Campus, that's all over the place. I don't know if it's in other things, but I was really shocked by that. I didn't like Nico at first, but she has grown on me, and so I'd like to see like what that's all about, what they're doing with her. I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of the Daredevil connection yet. I was never a big Daredevil fan, though. But, I guess tying together other aspects of Marvel, so that's fine. I love all the different things they're doing with Norman Osborn. He's become such an interesting, compelling character. So he's really kind of a good. I mean, he's a good guy at this point, but his ego, his drive for praise and acclaim, like really kind of got away from him a little bit, and so he made some bad decisions, rushed forward without proper testing of his new device, which caused really all the events that ultimately made Peter into Spider-Man. And so that's interesting too, because then that creates a time loop. So because of that, then the spider always goes back and bites him. That means that the very spider that bit Peter was created in the labs using Peter's blood, but Peter was bit by the spider created in the labs. You see the time loop? It's kind of crazy. So that always had to happen, I guess. But there's really no originator of those special powers. So I'm not sure how well that works, but it is interesting. The Tombstone character, and I'm just going to call him Tombstone, I know he has another name, but I was not familiar with him from the comics. He is in the comics. I don't know, wasn't a villain I had ever heard of. He's not really a full-on villain yet. He's helping Spider-Man. Clearly he's going to be kind of an anti-hero. There's going to be some issues there. Kind of sucks how quickly he just went with the gang and stuck with that after their leader of the 110 ran off like a coward. That could have been his moment to abandon it all and be like, okay, I guess we're done, and now I can go back to my normal life and kind of pick up the pieces of everything I destroyed. Gosh, his parents are pretty understanding, although disappointed. So kind of sad to see that, but they got to give him some angst to deal with. Another reference to No Way Home is when Peter's getting really angry and he's about to take Scorpion's tail and stab him with it, right? But he gets stopped by Tombstone, right? So this is where Peter in No Way Home is about to, kill Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, but is stopped by the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. They pulled it right out of that. Come on. So, it's okay though. I don't mind. It's a good story point. The other scientist, youth, geniuses, whatever, that are hired by Oscorp are not as interesting, a little bit forgettable. They're fine. I don't have a problem with them, but not as compelling. But clearly one of them is going to be some kind of a superhero on the side. I do like that they have one from Wakanda. I thought that was kind of fun. And man, having Scorpion be the main villain, essentially. I mean, I know he's not the main villain. I guess it's supposed to be Octavius, but I mean, really, in terms of screen time and, menace and trying to kill Peter and all that stuff, it's Scorpion. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess I never imagined that he would be such a big deal in any Spider-Man series or movie. I mean, maybe show up as part of the Sinister Six or something, but never so prominently. And he was just a street thug anyway. He just got some powered, armor and tail and all that stuff from Otto, and that was about it. And so he beat the crap out of Peter. It just shows that Peter's just a kid. And actually, I love it in every Spider-Man depiction where Peter is demonstrated as a kid. Because kids have a hard time with really big adult decisions, right? No offense to anybody who's watching this. Kids are awesome, right? They can do amazing things because they have a lot of faith. They have a lot of belief. Life hasn't beat them down yet. And so they'll go for things that maybe adults will hold back and be more risk averse. But at the same time, they haven't had as much experience. And so, and they're still, brains are still developing. So like Peter's kind of stressed out, and he doesn't have the father figure in his life that he needs. So he's like going to Norman. He's not quite getting what he needs. Norman's telling him things like, "You're holding yourself back. You're pulling your punches." Which pulling your punches, by the way, that's what Andrew Garfield says in No Way Home. But anyway, that he needs to like really go for it. And so Peter's like about to kill someone based on his desire to follow that advice and feel that kind of fulfillment in his own purpose and what he's trying to accomplish in this city, and almost steers him like too far. But then Norman's like, oh yeah, but you didn't go too far. I knew you wouldn't go too far. Good job, buddy. And I'm just like, Norman, you were very irresponsible in the way you gave advice to this young guy, and it's just a show, but obviously he is recklessly endangering a child. But we wouldn't have a show without that, so I guess it's okay. And then we get to see also the elements of Green Goblin being used, but in different ways, right? So we've got this glider that they've referenced a couple times. The glider does come in, instead of attacking Peter, it comes down to save him when he's about to get killed by Scorpion. So I like the twist they're doing on the different things. Pretty cool. I wish the episodes were a little bit longer, but they were pretty satisfying. What did you guys think? Are you excited for another season? I'm sure there will be. And how does this fit into the broader MCU? I'm unclear on that. It's like it's part of the MCU technically, but maybe like on a different Earth. Not really sure. But please leave your comments. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, we've got tons of videos out there about different, not just MCU and Marvel content, but all kinds of Disney Plus content. And I definitely take the feedback. If you guys have shows you want to see me review, I'm happy to put those out there. Thanks, guys. Take care.